Hello everyone, my name is Swaroop. I am pursuing BTech in Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham Amravati campus. My roll number is 23012.
Today we discuss about persistence in data structures. Let us go into the video. Overview. What is meant by persistence? What are the types of persistence? How persistence is achieved? Where we use persistence in daily life? What are the applications of persistence? What are the advantages of persistence? What are the disadvantages of persistence? By the end of this video, we can learn this about the persistence. Firstly, persistence in data structures. What is meant by persistence? Persistence in data structures refers to the ability of a data structure to preserve its previous versions even after it has been modified. In other words, we can simply say that uh, the data structure is persistence. You can access and use any of its past states without affecting the current or further states. This is useful for applications like undo functionalities, version control systems, and time traveling debugging. This is the main point. You can access and use any of its past states without affecting the current or further states. This is the main point of the persistence. Next, types of persistence. Mainly, there are two types of persistence: partial and full persistence. Another one, confident persistence. This is not main, but type of it is a type of persistence. Mainly, there are two types of persistence: partial persistence and full persistence. First, we can discuss about partial persistence. Partial persistence. We can say partial persistence. You can access all previous versions of data structure, but only modify the latest version. Essentially, you can look back at older states of data structure, but you cannot change them. This is simpler to implement compared to full persistence. Now we discuss about full persistence. In full persistence, you can access and modify any previous version of data structure. Any modification to an old version results in a new version being created, allowing you to access multiple versions and create a tree of versions. Simply, you can say in full persistence, you can access all versions and modify all the versions. In partial persistence, you can access all the versions but modify only the previous version. This is the main difference of full persistence and half persistence. This is the difference between full persistence and partial persistence. Now, confident persistence. This is not the main persistence, but is the part of the persistence, type of the persistence. This is an extension of full persistence where you can combine different versions of the data structure into a new version. This merging of states allows for more complex operations and history. Simply you can say any two versions can be merged is known as confluent persistence. Next, we can discuss about how persistence is achieved. When a data structure is modified in a persistent way, rather than changing the structure in place, new nodes are created to represent the changes. The unchanged parts of data structure are shared across versions. This is achieved through techniques like structural sharing and immutable data sharing. Structural sharing and immutable data structures. Firstly, structural sharing. Instead of copying the entire data structure, only the parts that are modified are copied, while the unmodified parts are shared. This minimizes memory usage. Whereas immutable data structure, many persistent data structures are built using immutable objects, which inherently do not change once created. Any modification results in a new object, preserving the original. Simply, you can say structural sharing means uh, mm, in a new version, do not modify all. In previous, what is remaining part that will add to new and modify part also add to new. It forms a new version that is structural sharing. Immutable data structure. Many persist data structures are built in using immutable objects, which inherit do not change once created. If once created, it do not change. It is known as immutable data structure. Now, where we use persistence in daily life. We use persistence in daily life like photo and video editing apps, GPS and navigation apps, and some of the apps are there. We can discuss further. First, we can discuss photo and video editing apps like example Snapseed, Adobe Lightroom. These are the apps we can edit photo and video. For example, editing apps often allow you to undo redo edits or even revert to the original image. This persistent editing history means you don't lose your original file and can return to any point in the editing process. Benefit of this app is enables non-destructive editing so you can experiment without the risk of losing the original. Here undo redo operations means we can if in phone we can see that mm, we can edit for suppose we can rotate the photo and we want again it back to re-rotate, then there is option like left arrow mark. If you press that, whatever the photo before like that we can see that. This is the photo and edit video editing app and undo redo edits. In GPS and navigation apps like Google Maps and Waze, these are the apps we can use it in daily life. If we, suppose we can go to new place, we want to go to new place, then we don't know how to go. Then we use Google Maps. For example, navigation apps keep a history of places you are visited, routes you are taken, and saved locations, letting you revisit your recent destinations or quickly navigate to frequently visited places. In Google Maps, we want to go to any place, we can go through Google Maps. Benefits. Benefits. Enhance convenience and personalize your travel experience by providing suggested routes and information based on your travel history. Some of the more daily life examples we use persistence in that online shopping and order history like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Ajio. These are the online shopping apps. Streaming services and watch histories like OTT apps, Netflix, Hotstar, AHA, Spotify to listen songs, Netflix to see the movies, etc. Personal Personal finance and banking apps like PayPal, Mint, etc. Online learning platforms and progress tracking, example Duolingo, Coursera, etc. These are the some of the examples of persistence we use in daily life. Next, applications of persistence. Undo redo operations. Undo redo operations. Text editors or graphic software can implement undo redo functionalities using persistence data structures. version control. Tools like Git and Git use persistence like data structure to manage changes in code repositories. That means in GitHub we are posting codes like that. Uh, we can change the modify the some code, means we can create new folder and add old ones to the new, and some modification part we will add in that new, therefore it will modification is over. Functional programming. Persistent data structures are common in functional programming language. Example Haskell, Clojure. When immutability is a key concept of this. These are the applications of persistence. Next, advantage of persistence. The access to history. You can retrieve any previous state, which is useful for debugging and historical analysis. Immutability. Mainly immutability means do not change. Persistent data structures promote immutability. It promotes immutability, which can help in multi-threaded environments where shared data can lead to inconsistencies. This is the advantages of persistence. Access to history, immutability as the main advantages of persistence. Now, disadvantages of persistence. Overhead and complexity. Overhead and complexity. Firstly, overhead. Maintaining multiple versions can increase memory usage and computational overhead. Complexity. It is very complex to maintain. Implementing persistent data structures can be more complex than their ephemeral contemporaries counterparts with ephemeral counterparts. This is the overall of persistence we can learn. Now go to first. This is the overall of persistence we can learn. Advantage we can learn, disadvantage we can learn, real world applications we can learn, applications we can learn, types of persistence we can learn in this lecture. This is the overall of persistence. Thank you.